Hi, I'm Bruce McIsaac. I'm going to be talking to you about IBM Engineering Lifecycle Optimization Method Composer, also known as affectionately as MEC or MEC. Method Composer is a tool for documenting process, but you might want to ask yourself, why would I document my process? If I don't document, I can do whatever I like and it won't cost me anything to document it. But if you don't document the process, you don't get some of the advantages. Specifically, you can't measure how your process is performing, you can't improve, and it's difficult to comply to standards that require a documented process. You also can't automate what you're doing. You can't make sure that nothing is falling through the gaps, and you can't replicate your successes. Ultimately, you need to strike a balance. Method Composer is a tool that can help you do that. This diagram gives an overview of Method Composer. At the center of this diagram we have Method Composer itself, which is an Eclipse client. And what we do is we take method content and create method content. Your library can consist of IBM content, so we have methods around various topics. You can also create your own custom method content, or you can have a combination of the two. You can create that content using Method Composer, and you can publish a website. And this is the documented process that you're expecting people to follow. You can also generate work item templates for use with Engineering Workflow Management, or EWM. And the work items in those work item templates are linked to the method content in the published website. And with our latest release, you also have the ability to import and export to Doors Next. And that allows you to do some basic web-based authoring. And this is particularly valuable if you have subject matter experts that don't want to install the Eclipse client. Here's a screenshot of a typical website. This is the Agility at Scale process. We're looking at a page for a role, and specifically we're looking at a team lead role. And we can see that when the website is published, it shows us the tasks that this role performs. It shows us the work products this role is responsible for, as well as descriptive text that includes a description, possibly skills, and other information about the role. This is an example of process guidance being provided from a work item in Engineering Workflow Management. So here we're looking at a task to plan the release, and the person that's assigned to do this task can simply click on this link, see detailed description, and that will take them to the description of how this is done in the process. And that will include things like what role is responsible for performing this. It'll include information such as what are the input work products, what are the output work products, as well as descriptive text and possibly specific steps that should be followed. This is a quick screenshot showing the major components of the Method Composer Eclipse client. Here we have on the left-hand side the library, so we're seeing the structure of content organized in plugins, packages, and elements. On the right-hand side we see an editor for a specific element, in this case a task to create a program vision. And we can see the different rich text attributes such as the purpose and the main description. And we also see tabs at the bottom, which are particularly useful for adding relationships to roles and work products and guidance. And this is really separate editors come up for each of these. This is a screenshot of what method authoring looks like in Doors Next. This is web-based now. We're looking at a browser window. And in this browser window we can see that there's a rich text editor that allows us to add text. Each of the rich text attributes in the Eclipse client correspond to headings in this one rich text field. So the skills for a role, which would be a rich text field in the Eclipse client, become a headered section in the web client. We can see the type of the element. This is a role element. It's named System Architect. There's a brief description given here, and we have some links so we can see that this particular role is performing a task, outline the architecture, and it is responsible for a work product deployment model. That was a very quick overview of Method Composer. Please look at other videos in this series to learn more.